the brightest
they are the
minds.
brightest mind after 12. They are given who is very outgoing, so you will get a girl who is really outgoing. If you are a shy person, you will get a shy girl. If you are all together,
It keeps you engaged
the
here.
ecosystem of the campus itself is all different. So
Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very special guest with us, that is Siddhant Patore.
hi guys.
He is a very close friend and an awesome person to be around. So this video will be a fun video where we'll be chit-chatting about his life here at IIM Indore and how his experience has been yet. So firstly, how are you, Siddhant?
Before moving to how I am, I would like to thank you for having me on your channel. And I'm doing pretty good as far as the lectures are concerned. They have just been ended. And how about you? How are you doing?
I'm a bit nervous about this video because it is my first time recording this kind of video and you are my first guest on my YouTube channel.
Yes, I'm
So
really
you
happy
are
about
lucky. Yeah. So before moving further, would you like to give a quick introduction about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Siddhant Patore. I am from Sangli district, which is located in Maharashtra, and I have completed my masters in production engineering. And after which I worked as a business analyst in Tata Consultancy Services under a Microsoft project. After which I thought that I would go for CAT, and yes, here I am at IIM Indore.
So this guy has done his graduation, his post-graduation, a couple of years of work experience he has, and now he's finally in IIM Indore. So obviously it has been a long journey for you.
Yes.
Was it all worth it? Like, how do you feel about your journey so far?
So you are asking if it was all worth it, right? So I would say that after coming at this moment of time, I can't say that it wasn't worth it, right? So yes, it was really worth it. I completed my engineering and then did my masters, where I got to engage with a lot of different mindsets. Then I worked in a corporate environment where I got to engage with the people who have around 15 to 16 years of work. I got new perspectives from them as well, and again I am here in IIM Indore to gather some new perspectives in the life. So life is all about gathering perspectives, in my opinion, and yes, I'm doing that.
Also
So
getting
it was
money,
all worth
guys,
it.
that is like unsaid, but
Yes,
yeah.
getting money is a different part, but yes, gathering perspective is first. We have to say that. So yes, that is the thing. It was all worth it.
So that we are talking about perspectives, I'd like to know your perspective when it comes to having two post-graduation degrees, like you did your MTech and now you are doing MBA. So how these two degrees are different and what makes it different?
So yes, I would briefly tell you guys about the differences between my two postgraduate degrees. So first difference was about the teaching method, and the second was the quality of peers that I had around me. So yes, these were the two differences that I would specifically mention here.
So can you give a bit of detail about what do you mean when you say the major differences between the teaching method and the peers?
So about the teaching method, I would go first. What happened during my MTech was the teaching was restricted to a specific set of reference books, which we have to go refer and then gain the knowledge of the concept, and then we have to go for the exams, right? But when we came here, if you remember that on the very first day we had a lecture called case-based teaching method. So one of our professor took that, and I was really fascinated by that kind of teaching, because here it is not like definitive, like they have given a concept and they are in the below section they are explaining that. It is not like this way. So they have given you a real life world example from where you have to analyze the whole situation, and then you have to bring different
Also
perspectives.
to add up, we don't have any books which have a lot of theory going on,
Exactly,
but we
exactly.
have booklets which have a compilation of very interesting cases,
Yes.
and that is what we actually learn. So I
Yes,
guess that makes it very interesting.
Sure. That also you can look at the cases to gain knowledge, right? So I remember we had a case of Bandhan Bank in finance. I remember we have a case of Nike in marketing research. So yes, that is all. That is how it goes, and you gain the knowledge as well about the overall company, how they are doing, what challenges they are facing, and then after reading that, after analyzing that with your groups, you can come ahead with a solution of your own, and then you can compare that solution with the what company actually did. So you can really work on the real life problems, and I think it is a major plus point of doing an MBA, where they teach about, where they teach through a pedagogy of case-based teaching. Yes.
To be very honest, it is not even teaching, it is you bringing your perspectives
Exactly.
and professor giving his perspective or the way of thinking we should have.
Exactly. During our classes also, the first thing that professors ask that, have you read the case?
Yeah.
And what is the summary of the case? So everyone just goes, sir, 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 and then everyone is like that.
Yeah.
Whole class becomes interactive in the first minute itself. So yes, that is not something that I have experienced it during my previous years of MTech engineering or before that as well.
And what about the peers?
About the peers, I think they have very diverse background. During my MTech, the people that came to MTech were only engineers, but in the IIM Indore, I have people who have done engineering, people who have done MBBS, people who have done BCom, some people like you who have come from the science background. So yes, the competition is very much, and you have to be on your toes at most of the time during your placement season at least. So yes.
Now that you are talking about competition, how do you define competition? Because these are the people you are friends with, right? When you talk about your peers.
See, competition is one company comes, they are taking two people, okay? Now for those two people, they have shortlisted around 30 people, say. Into those 30 people, your friends can also be there. So you have to go into a GD with your friends. Now you have a thought in the back of your mind that I have to beat this, not beat this guy, I have to at least be better than this guy. So that's what it comes into the competition, that the person who you are sitting and chilling with in the previous day, in the next morning you have to go and like compete with him. So that is not something you get in a lot of institutes or a lot of colleges. That is what something these top B schools have to offer, I think. And everyone accepts that. No one has these grudges that, oh my god, this guy talked so much into GD and because of him my chance got away. So that is not.
I guess everyone leaves it in the GD room, and when you leave the room, you are back to being friends.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now that we have talked about placements, it is basically that happens in first two terms. So how was life here in the first two terms?
So the first two terms, in my opinion, were very hectic. The first month was the first month that we came here. I think that was really devoted. We were all devoted to making our resume. I remember when I think we got here on 26th June.
Yeah.
In the 2 weeks prior, one of the committees sent an email that you have to submit your resumes right away. So I was like, bro, I'm not even in the college yet, so why are you guys bothering me right now? Just let me be. But then I submitted my resume to them, and then after a lot of iterations and a lot of reviews with seniors, etc., then we came to a final resume, which was like, I had no idea that resume can be made in this way.
Exactly, it was so refined and well planned that we had our resumes ready before the placements.
Exactly, I remember I showed it to my mom, and my mom was like, you have done all of this in your life. So yes, that
at
was
least for you it was like you had job, so you had made your resume first, but for me it was me making my resume for the first time, and when I saw it, my god, it was overwhelming to have such a refined resume in hand. So that is what IIMs give you. Okay, now that we have talked about the rigor in the first two terms, it is always said, like before I came here I had always heard that the life here in IIM is very happening. Now I know what happening is. Please enlighten my audience about what makes it happening here in IIM.
That is a really personal question. I could say that, because I think if we are supposed to talk about what is really happening inside the IIMs, I think the world here is beyond your imagination. Like you will see things that you are not supposed to see. You will experience things that you are not supposed to experience.
Am I supposed to let be this in my podcast or whatever this video is?
People should be aware of this, right? Because it is not just about rigor and all. So here, I remember first time we came, a lot of hype was around the section parties. I didn't have any idea what section parties mean. I cannot comprehend the idea of 80 people going together, sitting, chilling. I cannot comprehend that idea.
Yeah.
So that really gave me a good, like I could socialize easily with the people who were here. Then The one was section parties. Then came the Atharva Ranbhumi, which is a biggest fest of IIM Indore, as they say, but it is organized by IPM students. And then
Just a minute, I'll cut you here. Now that you are talking about IPM, what opinion do you have about IPMers? What are the things that they bring to the table, and what are the cons of having them in the campus or having them in a batch?
Okay. So about IPMers, I think that they are just 150 in numbers, right? We have a batch of 450 people.
But is 150 just? You can't call 150
No,
a just
but
number.
I'm saying that they are 150 people, but they have lived here 3 years before us, so they know the in and outs of the campus. They know how the placement season will be. They know how the section parties will be. They know how the section wars will be. They know what places to visit in Indore. They know how to socialize. So yes, and these guys are not. They have not just landed here out of nowhere, right? They have given an exam out of
So
which
they are like the brightest
they are
minds.
the brightest mind after 12. They have given
Yeah.
an exam called IPMAT, if I'm not wrong, and from that IPMAT, I think IIM Indore selects the top All India ranker, top 150 All India
Yeah.
rankers only. So you have to give the credit for them. And if someone is coming to IIM Indore after watching this video, I would give you one advice, that if you are in a GD with an IPMer, don't try to cross them.
Yeah, they are very good at it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, they are like the youngest and the brightest minds of
Exactly.
India, to be very honest.
At the age of 20, I think as at the age of 21 or 22, what they are doing is really appreciable, and I don't have any cons about them. I have made some really great friends who are from IPM, like Jashan and Anirudh. You know them, right? So
Obviously, they don't know this,
Yes.
but yeah. Okay, being back to what makes
Yes.
life happening
So
here.
we were talking about what makes life happening. So I talked about section parties, and I didn't talk about one thing, that IIM has a thing for everyone. Like if you are a guy who is very outgoing, so you will get a girl who is really outgoing. If you are a shy person, you will get a shy girl. If you are a hardworking guy,
Not
you will get-
everyone gets girls.
So everyone has a type of, and the kind of relationship that I have seen here, like you can get flings, you can get wives, you can get girlfriends, everything at
Yeah.
one place. You don't have to go out of the campus. The campus is built in such a way that it is a different world altogether.
It keeps you engaged
The
here.
ecosystem of the campus itself is all different. So you don't have to go outside. You have to engage with the people. And most of the time, I think people are spending networking with each other, knowing each other better. And yes, so that is one part. Then we had Atharva Ranbhumi. I remember Avatar came because I'm a Yogi pop fan and I loved that. After that, we had Utsaha. We have number of TED talks going on. We have number of alumni who come to our campus to enlighten us. So yes, that is all going on. After the second term was finished, the most enjoyable part that I thought of the first year has to be section wars, because here we are divided into 8 sections, A to H. So when you are going into a section war, suppose playing cricket or any other sports, the whole section comes as a one unit. So that really improves your unity, your bonding inside the section. So yes, that is a really good example. After section wars, I think we had one event called Utsaha, which is really a marketing event, and people from various industry backgrounds come there and guide us and all. And yes, so
Also, at the same time, we have a lot of festivals being celebrated in the campus, and it is a good kind of celebration. Like people dress up, get together, and spend a good quality time.
exactly, we had Ganesh Chaturthi, we had Saraswati Puja, we had Durga Puja, we had Onam, we had Pongal. So yes,
Though we
all
are
of them.
Maharashtrians, we celebrated
Everything.
festivals from different states of India.
Also, guys, during the time of Diwali, we were here in the campus. We didn't get to go to college.
But to
We
be
didn't
very
get to go
honest,
to
I
home.
didn't miss home a lot because
I missed my home, but
I missed it too, but it was doable. It was not like very sad for me because we had celebration here and we had exams going on, if I'm not wrong,
you know,
around that.
when you are supposed to go to lectures after waking at 9 a.m., you don't have to think of anything else other than going to lectures. So that's
And getting
what
the
I am does.
attendance for
That's
lectures.
what I am does. Like they just put the blinders to your face and then you have to just focus on getting through the first 2 terms. Yes.
Now that we are in the last segment of the video, I'd like to ask you to give some advice or maybe tips to the ones who are taking CAT this year, or maybe the ones who took CAT last year and now are in their interview process and trying their best to get into a top B school?
Sure. I think I'm not in a position to give advices or anything to someone, but as a friend, I would like to tell you guys something that whatever CAT preparation, whatever CAT exam or interview process you have been going through, this does not define you, okay? So don't take things too seriously or don't take things too lightly. You just have to be you. Just do you and be you. Second thing is about the CAT exam specifically. I would like to say that if you are weak in some section, do practice more about it and make sure that you are taking one section to the sky. That suppose you are good in quant, then make sure that you are scoring maximum marks in quants and you are not leaving any stone unturned to be there. If you are going through an interview process right now, supposingly that you have given CAT 2023, I think that interviews are basically a kind of means to know the guy. So they are not testing like if you know some things about your bachelor's, if you know this thing or that thing. They are just measuring the kind of a person that you are, and if you are really capable of being into an IIM, and if you are capable of resisting the whatever academic or extracurricular rigor that these guys put you through. So that is one thing. One thing is, don't take things too seriously or lightly, just be you. Second thing is taking one section to the sky. Third thing is about the interview processes, where you have to just be you, just be confident, dress well, impress the interviewer. That's it, that's all you have to do. And if you are not, unfortunately, or suppose you are not getting into any institution of your choice right now, then don't put your head down. Just be on your toe, just be confident, because that's what you are going to do into after getting into an IIM, right? So person who is putting their head down is not someone who will be able to survive these 2 years at IIM, I think. So yes, put your head up, go for CAT 2024 and beat it. And I hope some of you who have given CAT 2023 this year, I am hoping to see you guys in the campus in a month or two. Yes, actually.
It was nice talking to you, Siddhant. Thank you for being here.
Sure.
I hope we'll make more videos. Let's see how the audience reacts. Guys, you can put down more questions in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to bring more guests on my channel and make them answer all your questions and doubts. So that is it. Do like, share, subscribe and comment.
Do like, share and subscribe, guys.
Yeah, now that he's saying you need to do it. Bye bye. See you in the next video.
Bye, guys.